Hey, my dear all, lovely students, a very good morning to all of you. As we have completed our first chapter, that is integers, so we will be starting on with the next chapter, that is chapter 2, fractions, in the today's live video session. We have discussed all the questions on integers, so today we are going to start on with the today's video lesson with the fraction chapter. Study sincerely and stay at home. So let's start fractions. What are fractions basically? A fraction is a part of a whole. A fraction is a part of whole. What does this means? That suppose you gave an exam of 100 marks and you scored 78 marks out of it. This is an example of fraction where 100 was the whole marks and you scored only 78. That is why I am saying that a fraction is a part of a whole. Suppose you have 10 rupees and you spent 7 rupees out of it, that is 7 upon 10. This is also a fraction and this 7 is a part of a whole. पूरा 10 था, पूरे 10 का 7 एक part है. That is why a fraction is a part of a whole. If we discuss this mathematically, we can say a fraction can be expressed in the form a by b or p by q, anything where a and b are natural number, where a and b are natural number. Similarly p and q are also natural number. What is fraction? Fraction is a part of a whole which can be expressed in the form a by b or p by q, where a and b are natural number and p and q are also a natural number. Let us take example. Suppose 3 by 4 is a fraction. It is a fraction. Then this 3 and 4 can be expressed in the form a by b, p by q, or anything, so on, anything we can explain. So what is this a and what is this b? They both will be natural number, and as we know that what are natural numbers? Counting numbers are called natural numbers. So this a and b will be the form of natural number. P or q will also be the form of natural number, where a is called the numerator. A is called the numerator and b is called the denominator. अगर हम लोग किसी भी फ्रैक्शन को a बाई बी या p बाई q के फॉर्म में डिनोट करते हैं या एक्सप्रेस करते हैं तो a और b जो है वो नेचुरल नंबर होना चाहिए. दैट इज इट कैन नॉट बी नेगेटिव और इट कैन नॉट बी जीरो. इट शुड बी अ नेचुरल नंबर. एज वी नो दैट द काउंटिंग नंबर्स आर कॉल्ड नेचुरल नंबर एंड इट स्टार्ट विथ 1. सो द वैल्यू ऑफ a एंड b शुड ऑलवेज स्टार्ट ऑन विथ 1 और इट कैन बी 1 itself. So a and b are natural numbers, where a is called the numerator and b is called the denominator. So if I ask about 3 by 4, this 3, what is this 3? It is a natural number and 3 is the numerator. When I say about 4, what is this 4? This 4 is again unnatural number and it is a denominator. So this is basically fraction. It is very simple. First of all, fraction is a part of a whole which can be expressed in the form a by b or p by q, where both a and b and both p and q are natural number and a is called the numerator, b is called the denominator, or p is called the numerator and q is called the denominator, and again both p and q are natural number. This 3 is the natural number and it is a numerator. This 4 is also a natural number and it is a denominator. Let's move further. We will discuss about the types of fractions. This only can be natural number. This cannot be negative. If I say that minus 3 by 4, this is not a fraction. Fraction not. This is not a fraction. This is a example of, this is a rational number, which we will discuss in the upcoming chapters. We will study about rational number in the upcoming chapters. So in this particular class, we are only discussing about fractions. A fraction is a part of a whole in which the upper part, that is A, is called the numerator, and the lower part, that is B, is called the denominator. It cannot be negative. Why a fraction cannot be negative? A fraction cannot be negative because it is a part of a whole. ये किसी भी एक complete चीज का एक part है, एक टुकड़ा है. That cannot be negative. If you went in a birthday party and you are given a slice of cake, you cannot get the slice in negative form. You will always get the slice in a positive form. वो कितना छोटा भी हो जाए, you will still get a small slice of a cake. So a fraction can never be negative. It will always be a positive. So let's discuss about the types of fraction. Types of fraction. There are many types of fraction. You should learn all these types of fraction. The first fraction which we are going to discuss is the decimal fraction. What is decimal fraction? A fraction in which the denominator is of the form 10, 100, 1000, 10,000 and so on. ऐसा कोई भी फ्रैक्शन जिसमें डिनोमिनेटर 10 हो, 100 हो, 1000 हो, 10,000 हो, anything, that is called the decimal fraction. For example, 3 by 10, 4 by 100, 5 by 1000, 7 by 10,000. These all are the example of decimal fraction, because in the denominator part we have 10, 100, 1000, 10,000 and so on. So the type of fractions in which the denominator is either 10, 100, 1000, 10,000 or any of the form like this, that type of fraction is called the decimal fraction. The second type of fraction which we will discuss is vulgar fraction. What is vulgar fraction? A fraction in which denominator is a whole number. A fraction in which denominator is a whole number. वैसा कोई भी फ्रैक्शन जिसमें डिनोमिनेटर जो हो वो होल नंबर हो, बट अदर देन 10, 100, 1000 एटसेट्रा. ऐसा कोई भी फ्रैक्शन जिसमें डिनोमिनेटर होल नंबर फॉर्म में हो बट उसमें डिनोमिनेटर 10, 100, 1000 नहीं होना चाहिए, जो कि हम लोग डेसिमल फ्रैक्शन में डिस्कस कर चुके हैं. एनी फ्रैक्शन विच इज इन विच द डिनोमिनेटर इज ऑफ द फॉर्म होल नंबर but it cannot be 10, 100, 1000 etc. are not a vulgar fraction. Example, 3 by 7, 4 by 99, 6 by 137. These all are the examples of vulgar fraction. If I write 4 by 100, this is not a vulgar fraction. This is not a vulgar fraction. This is an example of decimal fraction, because the denominator is of the form 100, and whenever it is of the form 10, 100, 1000, 10,000 or so on, it is called decimal fraction. So a fraction in which the denominator is a whole number other than 10, 100, 1000 etc. are known as vulgar fraction. Let's move on. The third form of fraction is proper fraction, which is a very important form of fraction. What is proper fraction? Very simple. A fraction in which numerator is less than denominator. A fraction in which denominator is less than a fraction in which numerator is less than denominator is called proper fraction. ऐसा कोई भी fraction जिसमें numerator जो हो वो denominator से अगर कम होता है तो उसको बोलते हैं proper fraction. Example 3 by 9, 4 by 17, 17 by 23, 23 by 39. We can easily see that the numerator 3 is less than 9. Numerator 4 is less than 17. Numerator 17 is less than 23. Numerator 23 is less than 39. ऐसा कोई भी fraction जिसमें numerator denominator से छोटा होता है उसको बोलते हैं proper fraction. A fraction in which numerator is less than denominator is called proper fraction. Let's move on. The next fraction which we will discuss is improper fraction. That is number 4, improper fraction. What is improper fraction? A fraction in which numerator is more than or equal to denominator. What is improper fraction? ऐसा कोई भी fraction जिसमें numerator जो हो वो denominator से ज़्यादा हो या denominator के equal हो is called improper fraction. Is called improper fraction. Any fraction in which numerator is more than denominator. ऐसा कोई भी fraction जिसमें numerator जो है वो ज़्यादा होता है denominator से या denominator के बराबर होता है उसको बोलते हैं improper fraction. What can be the example? 4 by 3. As we can see that the numerator 4 is greater than denominator. ऐसा कोई भी fraction जिसमें numerator बड़ा होगा denominator से उसको बोलते हैं improper fraction. 27 by 39. It is a what type of example is it? In which the fraction in which numerator is more than or equal to denominator. Numerator is not more than. So it is not a improper fraction. It is not a improper fraction. 39 by 43. It is also not an example of improper fraction as numerator is less than denominator. It is also not improper fraction. 75 by 99. Again, it is a proper fraction. Not (23 by 16). This is an example of improper fraction as 23 numerator is greater than the denominator. So any fraction in which numerator is greater than denominator is called improper fraction. And 45 by 45, it is also an improper fraction. It is also an improper fraction as both the numerators and denominator are equal. तो वैसा कोई भी fraction जिसमें numerator ज़्यादा हो denominator से या denominator के equal हो वैसे fractions को बोलते हैं improper fraction. Let's start on with the next type of fraction, that is mixed fraction. Mixed fraction. What is mixed fraction? A number which can be expressed as the sum of a natural number sum of a natural number and a proper fraction. ऐसा कोई भी फ्रैक्शन जिसको हम लोग एक्सप्रेस कर सकते हैं as a sum of natural number and a proper fraction is called mixed fraction. Example, 3 integer 1 by 4. This 3 is a natural number. This 3 is a natural number and this 1 by 4 is a proper fraction. तो वैसा कोई भी fraction which is of the form which can be expressed as a sum of natural number and proper fraction is called mixed fraction. Next example, 4 integer 1 by 5. This is again a mixed fraction as 4 is a natural number. As 4 is a natural number and 1 by 5 is a proper fraction. So any fraction which can be expressed as the sum of natural number and proper fraction is called mixed fraction. I hope it is clear. Let's take one more example. 9 integer 1 by 5. This 9 is again a natural number and this 1 by 5 is a proper fraction. So it is an example of mixed fraction. If I take an example that is 2 integer 3 by 2. This 2 is a natural number. This 2 is a natural number, but 3 by 2, it is an example of improper fraction. It is an example of improper fraction. So this is not an, so this is not an, this is not a mixed fraction. I hope it is clear to everyone. Take a look once again. What is mixed fraction? A number which can be expressed as the sum of a natural number and a proper fraction. किसी भी नंबर को जिसको हम लोग सम के रूप में यानी कि प्लस के रूप में एडिशन के रूप में दिखा सकते हैं as of natural number and proper fraction is called mixed fraction. 3 integer 1 by 4 where 3 is a natural number and 1 by 4 is a proper fraction. 4 integer 1 by 5 where 4 is a natural number and 1 by 5 is a proper fraction. 9 integer 1 by 5 where 9 is a natural number and 1 by 5 is a proper fraction. 2 integer 3 by 2. This is not an example of mixed fraction as 2 is a natural number, but 3 by 2 is not a proper fraction. It is an improper fraction. And why it is improper fraction? Because the numerator is greater than denominator. And as we know, in any fraction, if the numerator is greater than denominator, it is called improper fraction. And if numerator is less than the denominator, it is called proper fraction. Now we will learn to convert mixed fraction into an improper fraction. Convert mixed fraction into an improper fraction. How we can convert mixed fraction into an improper fraction? Let's take an example that is 1 integer 3 by 4. This is an example of mixed fraction. So how we will convert mixed fraction into improper fraction? As we all know, first of all we multiply this 4 and 1. So what we will be 4 into 1 and we add 3 plus 3 divided by the denominator that is 4. So 4 1 ja 4 plus 3 by 4. 4 plus 3 will be equal to 7 by 4. So this is a improper fraction. Let's take one more example. 7 integer 1 by 4. Once again, what we will do? We will multiply the denominator 4 with 7. That is 4 multiplied by 7. And what we will add? We will add the numerator, that is plus 1, divided by the denominator. What was the denominator? 4. So 4 into 7 will be equal to 28 plus 1 divided by 4. 28 plus 1, 29 by 4. This is improper fraction. So this is how we can convert a mixed fraction into an improper fraction. Let's take one more example. 7 integer 9 by 13. How we can convert this particular mixed fraction into improper fraction? So first of all, we will multiply 13, that is the denominator, with 7. We will add 9 divided by 13. What is 13 into 7? 91 plus 9 divided by 13. 91 plus 9 will be equal to 100 by 13. So this is an improper fraction. I hope it is clear. This way we can convert a mixed fraction into an improper fraction. First of all, we multiply the denominator. First of all, we multiply the denominator with the left part, and then we add the numerator, and we divide the whole thing with the denominator to get the improper fraction. Let's take one more example to make it more clear. That is 7 integer 1 by 3. This can be written as 3 multiplied by 7 plus numerator, it is 1 divided by 3. What is 3 into 7? 21 plus 1 divided by 3. 21 plus 1 will be equal to 22 by 3. This is how we can convert a mixed fraction into an improper fraction. This is again an example of improper fraction. Now we are going to learn convert improper fraction. Convert improper fraction into mixed fraction. Now we will learn how to convert improper fraction into mixed fraction. Let's take first example, that is 38 upon 7. So this is an improper fraction, and how we can convert this improper fraction into mixed fraction. So for converting any improper fraction into mixed fraction, first of all we divide it. That is, we will divide 38 with 7. What we can write? 7 5s are 35. We are left with 8 minus 5 will be equal to 3. We are left with 3. So first of all we write the quotient. What is quotient? 5. What is remainder? 3. And what is this 7? This 7 is called the divisor. So 38 by 7 can be written as, first we write the quotient, that is 5, then remainder 3, and then 7. 5 integer 3 by 7. This 5 is a natural number. This 5 is a natural number, and this 3 by 7 is an example of proper fraction. Proper fraction. Let's take one more example, that is 14 by 5. What we will do? First of all we will divide 14 with 5. 5 2s are 10. We are left with 4. This 2 is the quotient, this 4 is the remainder, and this 5 is the divisor. So first of all we write the quotient part, that is 2, then remainder 4, and then the divisor 5. So this is the mixed fraction for the fraction 14 by 5, where 2 is a natural number, and this 4 by 5 is proper fraction. Let's take one more example. (21 by 6). Again, 21 by 6 is a improper fraction, which can be converted into mixed fraction. First of all we will divide 21 with 6. 6 3s are 18. We are left with 3. So what we can write? This is the quotient, this is the remainder, and this is the divisor. So first of all we'll write the quotient, that is 3, then remainder, and then the divisor part. 3 integer 3 by 6. And what we can say that 3 by 6 can also be divided. That is, they can be converted into the simplest form. So we will divide 3 1 ja 3, 3 2 ja 6. What will be the result? 3 integer 1 by 2. This 3 is a natural number, and this 1 by 2 is a proper fraction. Let's take one more example. 70 by 5. How we can solve this particular question? We will divide 70 with 5. 70 divided by 5. 5 1 ja 5. We are left with 2, remainder 0. 5 4 ja 20. What we are left? 0 or cross. So first of all, we'll write the quotient, that is 14, then the remainder 0, and then the divisor 5. 14 integer 0 by 5. But this is not the proper way of writing fraction. What we can write simply that 70 by 5 can be written as 70 divided by 5, or 5 1 ja 5, and for 5 7 5 will divide 70 in 14 times. So what will be the answer? The answer will be 14 by 1, as 0 is divided by 5 in 0 times. So the answer will be only 14. We can write 14 by 1 or 14. Is that clear, everyone? Let's take one more example, that is 22 by 3. Once again, we will divide this 22 with 3, that is 3 7 21. We are left with 1. So first, this is the quotient part, this is the remainder part, and this is the divisor part. So first of all, we'll write the quotient, that is 7, then remainder, that is 1, and then the divisor, that is 3. So this is the mixed fraction part of the improper fraction 22 by 3. I hope it is clear to everyone. So this is all for the fraction in today's class. In the next class, we will discuss more about the types of fraction. One thing which I would like to note down is when I had provided